In tonight's Contact KY3 Investigates, medical professionals are calling it a national epidemic. Normal children delayed in accomplishing the most basic skills like holding a pencil or catching a ball.
KY3's Kara Rastelli has more tonight on which kids are at risk and what parents can do to prevent the problem.
At least one expert has dubbed them bucket babies, kids spending too much time in containers like car seats and not enough time on their tummies, causing them problems from infancy through adulthood.
This is 5.5-month-old Lexi Sizek.
Yeah.
20 years ago, a baby her age would have spent almost all her time on her tummy.
And you can pull her forward for kisses.
But today, Lexi cries after just a minute on her belly.
But that's obviously a little less comfortable. It was just kind of like torture to get her to do it, and so we'd eventually just pick her up.
Lexi is one of millions of American babies facing the possibility of developmental delays simply because she doesn't spend enough time on her stomach. Occupational therapist Charlene Young is traveling the nation, lecturing healthcare professionals about what she calls bucket babies.
The numbers of children with disabilities are increasing dramatically, so it is imperative that we stop what's happening.
The Back to Sleep campaign, encouraging parents to place babies to sleep on their backs, and the growing popularity of convenient devices like infant car seats, swings, saucers, and bouncy seats have led children to not get enough tummy time.
It's what we would call like a weight-bearing position.
And there's growing evidence that it's causing delays in otherwise normal children.
It's affecting overall the motor skills, fine motor, gross motor, the sensory development overall.
It's all because this simple move establishes the upper body strength babies will use for the rest of their lives to do things like read and write, hold a scissors properly, even climb a jungle gym.
It supports your neck muscle development, which supports your jaw muscle development, which supports talking and eating. It supports your neck muscles and your head control to support your eyes being able to focus together.
Because they don't have the upper body strength to support them, more and more children are completely skipping over the crawling stage. Once seen by medical professionals as unnecessary for the normal development of children, more and more of them now believe crawling is crucial.
Crawling helps strengthen, again, those muscles that are going to support handwriting development, that are going to support your endurance, going to support things like being able to cross your midline and swing a bat and hit a ball.
And it can affect kids throughout their lives.
By the time you get to a college level class, it matters how long you can sustain the writing or typing.
Without intense therapy since age 3, Mason Malarkey might never have been able to take Taekwondo. He never crawled and has always battled developmental delays.
When he would write with crayons, he would bear down so hard that he would break them immediately. He's always had problems with buttons. He's always had trouble with zippers as well.
Thanks to an early diagnosis, Mason is catching up, but still has some difficulties.
He turned 8 years old last month, and he just learned to tie his shoes last month.
Michelle says every parent needs to know the importance of tummy time, crawling, and getting babies out of their buckets.
If I had to do it all over again, I would not have picked him up, scooped him up the minute that he cried or he screamed because he didn't like being on his tummy. At the time, I didn't see there was any problem with it.
If you notice your child has some of these delays, ask your pediatrician. They might be able to refer you to a physical or occupational therapist for an evaluation. If your child
email me. Yeah, you've even helped Ethan already, haven't you? With the ball?
I can hold it up. What are you talking about?
With the baby? You said, oh, I hadn't thought about that when you showed a ball.
Oh, yeah, the big ball, the big medicine. I thought you were talking about me learning how to do tummy time. Yeah, the big ball and putting Caroline on there when she was younger, that would have been helpful.
Lots of different tricks that are out there, which we're going to try to teach some parents about tomorrow.
And Carol, we were talking earlier about that not having tummy time could actually cause delays in more than just the fine or gross motor skills?
Yeah, it can also cause problems with sensory processing. That means that it senses things like taste, touch, movement, smell, vision, and hearing. Children could have problems with these as well. It's all because occupational therapists say a lack of exposure to the environment. So it's really fascinating the level of problems simply not putting your baby on their tummy.
It's a snowball effect.
It really, really is.
All right. Thank you, Karen.
Education.
See you tomorrow night.
Okay.